Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Back to this. I can clearly see that we had gold and silver on our gloves, and somebody touched the inside of this mold before the pouring started. I could clearly see that's what that is. It's not even noticeable from the other side, is it? It's not even noticeable. It just blends in with it. So okay, so I would say that would be the top of that one. I'm really interested to get into some of this jewelry because this stuff has really good outer looking stuff. Okay. Here's where the gold went everywhere. I can clearly see that this husk was treated with some kind of chemical, and then ink was added. I think it looks better from that side. Yeah, so that's not bad. Now I met a friend on the interweb recently, and I told her I was getting into this right here, and she was really interested in it, and she asked me, okay, I think I'm seeing an issue with the powder I used. The neon powders that way overused. Way overused, and I can see that. But back to the original thing I was talking about, I asked her favorite color. She said pink. So I just literally painted the molds with a neon pink. And I know immediately far too much was used. Far too much. So I'll have to tone that down just a little, but I think that is probably my biggest mistake with this batch is just I went too heavy with the powders. Let's see. Let go. Let go. All right. Okay, that one was in there. But same thing. All them powders. It's just too much powder. Too much. Not bad. These up here shouldn't have any powders in them. They were done slightly separate. Same as the other stuff. I'm slowly getting to some of the cooler looking ones. I'm still pulling out this massive. Now with the lighting, I don't know if you can see that, but that's got the pink and whatever gold was used. That's kind of that's an interesting effect. Because they said it's the obvious. There's too much powder. There's so much powder. There is loose powder coming out on my hands. Just look because there's way too much powder. That's an interesting one. This little triangle here, when it was curing, the pattern really looks cool. And okay, this so far out of these little jewelry pieces here, I like this one the most because it was one of the last of the pink trials, so it actually didn't have all the caked on powder, and that's some form of magenta ink in it, I'm fairly sure. but I let it spread out like that. That one turned out nice. But the real goal of this here channel that I'm creating is I'm an autistic. I'm one of those abnormal people. Oh, if you can get a close-up of the eye, just that eye in the light. I don't know if the light will get it, but just the eye, if you could get a good light of it, looks really amazing. It is, like I said, if you can't see that in proper light, I'm sorry, but that is really nice. But I'm one of them 80s autistic kids. You know, back when they didn't give a shit about us. Yeah, they didn't give a shit about us. Hell no. All we had was the Tommyverse. And if you don't know what the Tommyverse, bless your heart. I know once I take sandpaper to this one on the side, that side is kind of, that's kind of cool, that maybe, but I like this side with just that line of green on one side. So when this one gets sanded and then gets its final form, I think I really like that one. But I started this channel because for about 2 years now, I've been a people watcher, but the people I've been watching are, oh, wow. I don't know what I did on this one. Tell you the truth, I think there might be some kind of mica powder or chameleon flake in that. That's nice. As far as how pretty and awesome they are, that is the awe-shocking, wow, it looks like that right now. Cause, oh, I'm holding that right up. Oh, wow, that's a nice one. But I've been decided I'm going to make this YouTube channel for a while, and it's been in the process. And there's been a few channels that have actually helped. Ooh, I was not expecting that one. I got sales in this one. I do. I got sales forming in this one. That's interesting when we literally just dropped in some ink after it had set up a while and it was getting very, very thick. We just dropped the ink in and I used a tool to manipulate it around. But when I pull this out, it looks like cells. And that's a very interesting effect. That is clear resin with alcohol ink. It possibly a little bit of that powder. That powder is literally everywhere. We went hard. We had no business going that hard. We did though. So yes, I'm going to be doing reaction videos, and I am. Now, in the words of John Cleese, and now for something completely different. Oh, that one changes colors in the light. It does. It's got that gold, whatever we used in it, and there was some silver in it, plus whatever ink we got to make that little eyeball thing. It does. Oh yeah, that changes colors drastically based on how the light hits it. So now I have always been into pretty much any kind of medium of art, you can create. This being my first time with the resin pour, and I am not one of those people who just dives headfirst into anything. Just like any other project, I do my homework, do my research. That's interesting. I mixed whatever silver I mixed in with the resin to get that color. I can clearly see some form of powder that is shiny on this side, but this side, very little shiny stuff shining through. So I know it's not what I mixed, but it was just what was in the mold that's creating that effect. But that's really nice. I like that one. But I do tattoos. The guy filming this, I did a tattoo on him just the other day, but it's in the process still of healing to where it still looks like shit. But you can tell as soon as all them scabs fall off, it's going to be nice. So as soon as it looks photographical, I'm going to try to post it. Now that's interesting. That is the excess pink powder, neon pink powder. That's the other side. Just whatever silver color I mixed in with my resin. Plus, I think it's a blue and a magenta ink, and then it formed that. I like this kind of look I was looking for when I got into this hobby. You know, that's the bottom of the mold that you don't see when curing, and that's the top that you see cured. So literally, you put rope or chain in this, you could literally wear that any way you wanted, and no one would even know that 5 minutes ago you wanted it to look like something else. I like that. Okay. We'll come back to those. I'm gonna go straight to this thing. I have no clue what to expect when I take the mold off this thing. I went apeshit on this one. There is silver model paint that I used the brush that you can see the print on the bottom of the mold. I just took a brush and just brushed on that silver paint to where it kind of thought it was there. Then at the end of all of our experiments, all the little powders that we separated and we was going to use in little measuring cups, we just dumped them all together. We just took any leftovers, dumped them all together, dumped right into that. I shook it out as much as I could, took a brush, made sure it get all in there. Then I just poured the clear resin. We just went with the clear version. And just over time of just messing around, eventually we just started putting the ink droplets in. And I stirred this with my little tool. I kept stirring it as an experiment just to see if I can get some sort of shape. So literally, I don't know what's coming out of this mold. It's a new one to me. Oh, okay. Well, what have I done? Clearly see the paint. Those gray spots, that's where the paint was painted on and spread with whatever, because you could see that area is just where it just spread the paint like water. So, holding it up to sunlight or any source of light, I don't see nothing special about it. I really don't. I don't see nothing special about it. That paint, I don't like using that paint as a medium on this. I don't think I'm even going to attempt that version of a paint for anything. I don't like that paint. But the effect of just taking all the leftovers and just throwing them in together, if I had to guess, I would think that that's metallic. If I was to see that sitting on someone's table, like this table, if I was just to see someone sitting there, I would not assume that this is resin. And I have a very artistic eye, and I can tell what mediums have been used. It's just the way my eyes are just eyeballing this. It looks like this came out of an antique store and it's made of metal. It doesn't look like it's worth anything or anything. It just looks like it's old metal, like tin or something. Metallic. It just looks not. You just walk in anywhere, you see that right there. First glance, you're going to think of that's like a lid to a jar. But yeah, it's just, you know, coaster mode, resin used. It looks metallic accidentally. It's like I didn't have nothing to do with it. It just looks metallic. Okay, this one, that's the mold for this, so it's got the little flowers on it. And all I did on this one is I see a tiny little bubble. I see a tiny little bubble in this one. It's just like, it's I think blue-green mica mixed with the resin. That's all this one is. But let's see. First time, I am quite pleased with how well these silicone molds just pop off. Oh, that's nice. You can see the different shades of shiny throughout. It looks like whatever I used, I'm pretty sure I used one solid over that, and then whatever resin that I had mixed up to get rid of, just to not throw it away, went in this mold. And it was the blue and then the silver mixed, and the silver kind of just collected where, yeah, you can even see through it. So it's, oh wow, you can't even see it's blue. Looking directly through the light, you can't even see blue. It's completely clear. That, I'm gonna have to see if I can recreate this effect. That is the desired effect for what I wanted to see through just my first attempt at something artistic. I like the effect. I want to play around with the design that's embedded in the mold. I know fully well how to get the achievement I want. I just got to work with some different things. But I'm very happy with how this particular one came out. Now, I'm pretty sure I could have waited another day to take these out, because I know they're flimsy and I know what flimsy means, but I don't care. These was all experiments, first time doing it. But me being Abby Normal, I like to talk a lot, in case you ain't figured that out. I ain't shut up and I'm just demolding resin. That looks ominous. It does that. That looks like something you would see as like a reminder of some sort of slasher attack. Just this piece looks ominous. She's, and then back to the back, it's like nothing really special. Nothing, it's just there. Flip that over. That, depending on your decor of your body, you could look like, yeah, I'm post-apocalyptic. Look at my pendant. You don't see a pendant like that pre-apocalyptic. No, you don't. This is genuine, survived apocalyptic jewelry. That's what that is. Survived apocalyptic jewelry. This one, before I even take it out, I think this is going to look like a tiger eye. Before I take it out, I got a strong feeling this piece will look very much like a tiger eye gem. Come here, look what you did. Come here, look what you did. Okay. We've learned too much powder. We have learned too much powder. But the little ones that you did, those are the ones that you did. And you was looking for the awesome one. There's the awesome one. Look at the awesome one. Okay. What? Yeah. And you like it the same way I assume I like it the best way facing. It looks better with just that green line on the one side. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. This one, I said it was going to look very much tiger eye like that one. That was just the one that we had no clue and we just used our leftovers with. That's what came out of just the leftovers. But yeah, I can see tiger eye, but it also, this also has that, yeah, I'm apocalyptic, what do you say? That's exactly what that pattern.
I did that one too.
Yes, yep. That's about how I thought that one would turn out. I'm really pleased with the other flower. Now, I'm getting to the ones that we were anticipating the most. The blood splatters. Oh, come here. Mm-hmm. Hold that one up to hold that one to the light. Just hold it to the light. Yeah, that happened. Oh, that's nice jewelry. That is jewelry people would just have, and it's both sides.
I give myself that.
The little gift to you. This one is literally. It's nice and thick. This was a thick pour. Either side of this one, I think, depending on what mood you're in. This one is ready to just do light sanding and put a chain on. That is what I hope that we can recreate the effect of that one. When you look it up, it's clear. You can't even see blue, can you? Mm-hmm. Look down, you can totally see that blue every light, but in direct light, it's clear. That one's nice. And okay. And here's this one was a little bit of an overflow, so it will need some trimming. Fairy World. Oh, that is like a coral pattern. If you was to think of what a coral pattern, that is what that looks like. But on the back, it's one of those blood splatters that we just couldn't wait to see what was. And it was very well pleased with that one, very well. And we got one more of the little jewelries thingies. I like that sound when he's popping it off the hole. Very much like the other two. Very, very much like the other two, but I do like the back pattern. But those 3 pieces right there are the ones that I was personally looking forward to the most as coming out of the molds. And now, been saving the big reveal. Would you like to do the ducky? You want to do the ducky? Okay. Now, she's going to reveal the ducky. Because the ducky, she painted herself, and we've already established we use too much paint. This ducky is about to be radioactive. Just pull it, you ain't gonna hurt it. Just pull it on out, you ain't gonna hurt it. But just, there you go, see? Easy out like that. Well, almost. Oh, flash, just tear it. Just tear it, it's flash, that's what it is. We use the scissors. That part is flash. That's where it just, the resin overfilled into the other mold. Ducky. Well, I can tell you that backside is dark or fluorescent. Yes. All right. Okay. Well, the undercoat, that's horrible. But looking at it from this point of view, and knowing this was your very first attempt with this powder, and knowing we don't use this much powder, I think it's a very nice attempt. I do. Few surface bubbles, but I think once we figure out the proper portioning of powder, the ducky shall rise again. All right, now the 2 that we've all been waiting for. Midgard, and he ain't from around here. Midgard first, because Midgard has chameleon powder in it. It does. Midgard has both just regular pigments, and there's the under. Nothing really much to look at, but it's shiny. It's shiny. I truly think the backside is the best thing to be looking at right here. It's just, it looks prettier, and it looks like the colors of space would look down upon Earth. You know, that's just, all right. But all right. He ain't from around here. Who is this guy?
I don't know. He's an alien.
He's just an alien? He told me his name was Bob. He did. When we was casting an alien, and Bob has, I went all out in the chameleon for Bob. His eyes, I think, are one chameleon color, and then his face is another chameleon color, and then he got filled in with a silver. So if Bob likes it, Bob might stick around. Okay, that's interesting. We see the silver that I used to fill Bob. This is my first time seeing what chameleon flakes look like in real life. So, come on out, Bob. Bob. That's Bob. That's pretty. There's the back of Bob, which apparently looks like his brain. You can clearly see a brain. What we made Bob's brain. And this is Bob decked out in his chrome chameleon colors that I'm trying to just show it in a light. I'm trying to do Bob justice.
Chameleon.
How does it look as I turn him in a light? Does he look good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I see what I've done, and it's a technique issue. I did this fast. And I did both the green and the blue in the same vicinity, and you can clearly see the splatters of where the powder's mixed. As chameleon powders, that literally means nothing. It's still doing its job perfectly, but it's just, I notice it, so. That's day one of the new life of messing with resin, and she's over here experiencing the female orgasm or something. She's like, "Oh my God, I created something so pretty." She is. She's a witch, by the way. So be careful, boys. Be careful, because I honestly have the strong inside feeling, and I've heard it from a very, very reliable source, that somewhere on a bloodline, Jesus is in her baby's in that belly. She is pregnant with some sort of Messiah, I've been told. Ain't that how the story goes?
Mm-hmm.
See, she's modest. So is Mary. Mary was modest. That wraps it up, but I have one last final thing that I said I was going to do. In my journey to get to this point right here, I would never have gotten to that point without some of y'all other channels out there. And now I just want to give a quick shout out to some channels that I just think are doing good. The Cam and Zay channel. If you've heard of these, there's like two kids. I think they're in their 20s now. They're just doing reaction channels, doing their thing, and I think they got a very good format going. Outro's a tad bit long, but that's I think they're a good show. And Shree Nation. She's a very beautiful woman. She's somewhere else in the world. I don't know, but she really has the heart of a journalist, and she inspires to be Lois Lane, except for she does not ever wish to be the damsel in distress. She wants to be Lois Lane until it comes time to do some Lois Lane shit. That's when women really need to know the line, ain't it? So everybody loves Harley until it comes time to do some Harley shit. Nobody wants to do some Harley shit, do they?